Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow, ye winds, westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes.
Next up is my fellow MC and friend, Brad Warren. Brad started writing songs long before he knew better. Fished in Southeast Alaska. He's ran Pacific Fishing Magazine and now runs Global Ocean Health. Give a warm welcome, Brad Warren.
All right. Let's see if we can stick this over here. All right. Thank you all for being here. Get this thing extended. Yeah. All right. I'm going to start with one called The Great Fisher Poets Brawl. There are certain guilty parties here tonight, and I won't implicate them any further until the song does. You hear that okay? My glasses. If I can't read it, it ain't gonna work. Free Willie drained his stout, took the mic and stared at the crowd. Y'all call yourselves Fisher Poets. Well, I'll be picking you clowns from my teeth. You gonna read or just duck behind your beer like some snapper in a reef? Well, that's enough, squirt. Mind your place in the food chain, growled Big Pat. You can't eat Fisher Poets. They're the reason we all came. Clem Stark raised a hand in the air. The room fell into a watchful hush. Clem took the stage like a rattler takes his lair. Might be just a trick of light, but some folks claim they saw lightning in his hair. The old builder of poems planted himself in front of Free Willie with a crafty smile no one could read. One part kindness, one part switchblade, then he spun to face the crowd. Fisher Poets, now's your time, don't be a tease. No pushing, no shoving, no biting, no spitting, please. Well, Mobile Stern was first to rise. She looked Willie up and down. What makes you so free? You flying low? Or is that just the breeze fluttering your britches? Looks like you might get chilly if you ain't dropped a load yet. You will, Mr. Willie. Well, that's when the melee busted loose. And through the smashed up chairs and the fists and shouts, a flying lasso sailed the room. And it yanked Mobile Stern off the stage. And then a tall cowboy, more mustache than face, leapt up to the mic, and man, he looked enraged. I can't let a woman show me up. I'm the best there ever was. Now you're just a harpoon. Big Pat hurled him clear through the saloon. And even now, the great Fisher poets say they can still see his boots sticking out through the glass. If you get lost, just look for the long line of Astoria cowgirls waiting to kick his ass. Well, Free Willy took in the sea of shouts and fists, and he just could not resist. You got some fine words, but that don't hang a broom in the rigging. That's when a bull sea lion barreled in, and it pinned Willie to the floor. You smell good, are you my favorite little Harry? If that big tusked bull was in the mood, a flash of black and white broke the spell, big as a rail car. The killer whale came for food, gnashing teeth like a row of spear points. You got sea lions in this joint? Let me at 'em, that's my only wish. Why let a tasted pinniped steal your fish? Well, the Stellar slunk out the back, and a guy named Broderick finally stood. He stepped up to the pearly rack. He said, I just got a few words, so listen good. Now, I need you, thank you for clearing out the riffraff. I need you to watch the door. You can have all the sea lions, just don't eat the Fisher poets. They're the reason we're all here. Don't eat the Fisher poets. They're the reason we're all here. Thank you kindly. I had a little fun on that one, and actually I have a co-writer, Jeff Carr, has helped with that. All the funny parts really are from him. He's a great guy to write with. I'm going to do a song some folks here may have heard. It's called What Little Kindness, and this song was born in 2017. On the waterfront, that November 2016 election had a pretty decided effect. A lot of companies around here, up and down the coast and elsewhere, a lot of the workforce just didn't show up again the day after that election. And they knew who they were working for, and they just didn't feel safe. And, you remember who it was who just elected president, and what he was saying about immigrants. The immigrants built the waterfront. Finns and Swedes built this one. Norwegians, Finns, and Swedes built most of Ballard. I sat at their knees listening to them for most of my life, and now I've been listening to sort of new waves of people who come and work on the back deck and in the warehouses and make it all happen. And they're coming from places like Samoa and Micronesia. They're coming from Africa, and they're doing the same almost impossible work, and they're not complaining. And they're going to have the same stories to tell the rest of us do. Kid sat down at a table, laid his forehead on his arms. skin like coffee, hair like coal, a long way from the farm. Come along a road hoping to fish for gold, fish for gold. Pound the docks all day, hoping some skipper needs a hand, hoping to find a berth, get some grub, earn a stake and leave dry land. Start of every season, they walk in here at dusk, duffel full of bluff and hope. They get a cup of joe, then let it rust. And if it's late or if it's cold, well, sometimes I let them stay and mend some net. What if that kid's Jesus? Who the hell would ever know? Well, he might be turning loaves and fishes. What little kindness would we show? These days, people come from all around the world just to pack fish. Must be hungry back their way. Who hunts people anyway? And who comes into my shop looking for some bone-tired kid so worn down from trying? He's just zipped his coat right up on his head so he can close his eyes and hope he doesn't wake up dead. No, he doesn't wake up dead. Well, yeah, I gotta say he made a strange sight, sitting on that chair like a headless horseman. Maybe gave someone a scare. That's true, we get some characters here. Here at the Net Shop Cafe, well, I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, I don't know who called immigration, but when I looked up, there were two. They were standing over that boy saying, "Open up your coat, please, put your hands in plain view." I said, "Gentlemen, it's closing time. You can stay or you can go, but if you're troubling my customers, well, there's one thing I want to know. When that boy you're hunting finds you, tell me, what kindness will he show?" What if that kid's Jesus? Would either one of you two know? Yeah, that kid, he's been earning loaves and fishes. Ain't there some grace that we could show? You see that lantern in the window? It burns both day and night. Skippers coming in from sea know they can steer home by that light. Yeah, the one you're seeking lives near. He comes in here to pray. No, you don't need a passport. Ain't no ticket to pay. What if that kid's Jesus? Who the hell would ever know? He might be turning loaves and fishes. What little kindness would we show? What a little kindness. What little kindness would we show? What little kindness would we show? The last one of the Samoans I met was a chief from Samoa with 10 kids, 7 still living at home. And he fished for a while on ground fish boats up in Alaska. And then he went to work in a warehouse. The guy was about the size of a forklift. And he could move more boxes than anybody else in the plant by a factor of like 3. You know, he was the fastest worker they ever had. And that supported 7 kids. And, you know, this guy was a giant. And he just had that manner of some people who just like, at rest, they are radiating peace. It's something to behold. And he was one of those people. And it was a privilege, it was an honor to meet him. And I thought, this is not who we should be barring the door to. This is who we need to welcome. This is why we have the lady in the harbor. Yeah, thank you. I grew up in one of thousands of families that lost their rudder, lost the meaning of life when the dams went in and the fish went out. As you all know, whole races of fish disappeared from this river next to us. And for my grandparents, that was like somebody burned down the church that they really belonged to. They fed themselves and their neighbors through the Depression. They, like a lot of people did in this town, people I knew here. And they arrived at mid-century when I showed up in a state of rage and silence. They couldn't speak. These things were unspeakable. And to have a curious little kid asking, where are the fish? Tell me more about salmon. Let's go see. It was impossible for them. This rage that they couldn't express communicated itself to me and changed my life. I basically resolved at probably about the age of 7, I'm going to go fix this. I still haven't learned any better. I keep writing songs. I haven't learned any better than doing that either. And I'm still doing it. That's why I run this outfit called Global Ocean Health. We're here to make sure the ocean still can make dinner. And that's mostly about stopping pollution. That's the biggest problems we have come from billions of tons of carbon dioxide every year from our smokestacks and tailpipes. And we are unhinging the ocean's ability to make dinner. If you get a chance and you get to hear Duncan Barry's poetry about this very issue, catch him. It's right in the pocket. He's reading tonight. My grandfather's river fed every family in town. Fish run through our bloodline, deep, steady, and sound. Deep, steady, and sound. Deep, steady, and sound. That's a line. You're welcome to jump in. I'll do it again. Deep, steady, and sound. Deep, steady, and sound. Deep, steady, and sound. Yeah, you guys sound good. He'll extend that a little bit later on. High up in the mountains, creeks tumble and join. Many songs come together, deep, steady, and sound. Deep, steady, and sound. Deep, steady, and sound. stream all the way down. She watered the land, touched every valley with a generous hand. Song of the highlands, song of the sea. They meet at the river mouth, they make a symphony. The song may go crying, fish may not always come around. This river, she's waiting, deep, steady and sound. Deep, steady and sound. Deep, steady and deep, steady and deep, steady and sound. This river still knows how, still sings the old songs. She will wash out those dams one day, deep, steady and sound. Deep, steady and sound. Deep, steady and deep, steady and deep, steady and sound. Thank you. I think I can do a real short one. Is that right? Okay. Okay, I don't know how long this is. I don't think it's very long, but this one's called 5 O'Clock Shadow. And the waterfront's full of wonders, and it's an awful lot of beauty and things to be proud of and delighted by. And there's also the guys I knew who found the direct path from the paycheck in Bristol Bay to the white powder. And some of them became people who didn't want to know themselves anymore. They became people whose wives showed up looking like somebody used them for a war ground. And there's a dark other side. And in the 5 O'Clock Shadow, it all comes out. Another cold, rainy day. If you could call it day. It's another dinner. Is it a pallid imitation of a dim bulb in the sky? So the wharf rats can watch the boats wallow in low. And the tired crews can stagger to the 5 O'Clock Shadow. Crack a beer, let out a sigh. Tell me about the one that got away. business at the 5 o'clock shadow. Don't call me to tell your lost fisherman. Maybe he's got his reasons. The whole harbor knows his warehouses aglow. Girl, you thought that boat was for fish? You catch my drift? I'll buy you a beer at the 5 o'clock shadow. The 5 o'clock shadow. They say the kingpin in this town used to swarm around with his whole sane crew in tow. He was young and proud till he sat down for a round with a guy who plays for keeps. Oh, the secrets you could know at the 5 o'clock shadow. The 5 o'clock shadow. Some folks say he's on the lam. Well, the truth is, well, I ain't saying. But if you're asking me who's paying, you sure you wanna know? Just take a look around and guess which one's a federal. He's looking high and low for the 5 o'clock shadow. 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 Thank you so much.
Oh Lord, same damn river. 40 years of working, all I had to give her. Hard on my back and it won't get better. Gonna put that riverboat down forever. Load up firewood and cotton. Folks who got the tickets and the folks who never bought 'em. Lean against the throttle, hope we get her off the bottom. Hear that whistle in the middle of the night, forgotten.